Today we have another tube radio. It is an Admiral. It's a model 5r12-N. I wish that label was in better condition, but it is what it is. It's pretty dirty, so we're gonna have to wash it in the sink, I think. It's got a couple of marks on it. It's got a crack, but it's all here anyway. Normally I'd plug it in, but I think it's possible that this one has more issues, so I don't know, just plugging it in would be a good idea. So I think we're going to remove the back of it and see what's going on the inside of it anyway. Are those 1/4 inch? Yeah, they look like 1/4 inch. I assume that's how. Yeah, it says remove those screws to service, so let's remove those screws to service. It's got an aeroscope built-in antenna. Yeah, there it is right there. The antenna. In the old day, oh look, it's got B. It's got a B in there. Look at that. We used to call these the racetrack antenna. Wow, there's a lot of, oh my gosh, look at that. Some nests and stuff in there. Pretty nasty, actually. The B is kind of weird that you'd find a B in here, but I don't know where this radio came from, so let's see if we can get something to clean it up. We're going to probably have to fill up the air compressor and blow all this garbage out. Look at that. It's actually a bee. It's a, what do you call it? It's a honeybee. Huh. Wow. Why would there be a honeybee inside of a radio? Look at all this spider webs and, oh my gosh. Look at that. How gross. How gross. Alright, well, you know, I wish there was a way to get this antenna off of here without destroying anything. It's, you know, I don't know. I think I'm going to, let's get the chassis out of there. Let's pull the knobs and stuff off of it. Let's grab one of these things right here. Where did that other screw go? Let's put all the pieces in here for now. Got to get the bugs out first. Literally, bugs. Not the figurative electronic bugs. Literally the bugs. And you know, anybody that watches my videos know how much I like bugs. I guess at least they're dead. This is definitely the first time I've seen bees inside of a radio. I can't wait to see what's underneath that chassis, though. I'm going to put my hand on something disgusting. Why ain't it coming? Oh, there it goes. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? There's a couple of, look at that, right here. There's a couple of egg sacs of some sort in there. Let's grab a tweezer. Let me see. Hold on a minute here. Hang on, hang on. Let's get the trash. Let's get a trash thing over here. We can see if we can grab these out of here. That is just so disgusting. My gosh, look at that. There was definitely something in there at one point. There's another one right here. Look at that. All the bugs. Come on, bugs. Get out of... Otherwise, it's actually pretty clean. It don't look like it's ever been worked on besides. I guess, I was going to... Look, I got little black pieces all over the desk here. It goes this way. Little bug carcasses. We're going to go in. I was going to wash it later. Make sure I could actually repair it. before cleaning it, but in this instance, I think we're going to wash it first, because I don't want to deal with bug carcasses and the like. There's some in here too. It's like a little spider. Let's see if I can grab it. I guess the best thing to do would be to get air, compressed air in there. Oh, the speaker sounds a little crispy. That's not a good sign. Oh, here's another bug carcass. Look at that. How disgusting. I guess I've definitely seen worse, but at least it's all dead. Alright, well, we're going to grab this, we'll take it in the sink there and wash out the box, and then we'll come back. Well, we're in the kitchen sink here. Here's the lovely radio. Let's see if we can get a better angle in. I guess whatever we do is going to be better than that. We could spray it with, this is just Windex and a spray ball. I was thinking about that label, but I'll bet you could find a reprint online somewhere. We could just redo it. I'm sure we could. Let's use that, this pink, or this blue brush here. We'll see about, let's see. We'll get all these dead bugs out of here. So gross, gross, gross. Oh yeah. How nasty. How nasty. Corners. Let's see if that did good. Look at all the black stuff. Look at all the laying in the bottom of the sink. Look at that. How gross. Look at that. Look at that water. Oh my God. I guess we can clean the outside of the cabinet too. I guess wouldn't hurt. I've never really done this before, cleaned the radio in the sink. But, yeah, why not? If it works. Let's see. I just don't want it splashing all over me. I could see it splashing up top here. I have to clean up the whole area when I'm done, I guess. It's taken off some of the white. It's embossed though, so we should be able to get some white paint back in there and fill, you know, fill the numbers and stuff back in. So we should be okay. I guess if we do wonderful, huh? The top. We'll do the bottom light. I'm going to try to leave that label alone. Yeah, it's taken the... It doesn't matter though. It's taken the paint off, but we'll just redo it. It's embossed in there, so it shouldn't be a problem. We'll do it on, actually we'll do it on camera. I'm not going to touch it. Even if it gets wet, it should be okay. The amount of dirt that came off in the sink is unreal. Oof. Dead bugs and such. Alright. probably be better to get all of that white paint off there, huh? And just get all new. This obviously it's not sticking. You know what? Let's see. We could use this little black brush here. Let's turn that water off. Let's use this brush here. It'll probably work better. Get into those grooves a little better. Come on. Well, so I can see in a couple of the spots that it didn't come off, but even so, it's probably fine anyway. Let's see. Almost. Give it a quick rinse. Alright. Pretty good, pretty nice, pretty clean. Grab a paper towel here. Alright, so we'll get this all wiped off. Then we'll grab some white paint on there and get those. I guess we could do that first. We'll renumber that and then we'll do the repair of the radio after. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, so we're going to try to put the white back into the lettering here. We're going to use just regular spray paint that came out of a spray can, but and then use this stuff here, this brake clean stuff, to wipe off the excess. And let's see if we can do it. I think we'll be able to get it done. I'm going to try with a toothpick first, and then we'll try with maybe with you know, well, let's see. Let's try, because we can always wipe it off if we just wipe it on there good. Bakelite is you know, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It cleans up pretty well, and this stuff doesn't, this brake clean doesn't seem to dissolve it. So let's do that first. Let's do the Admiral name first. Let's get it in there thick. I like to get it in there thick as I can. And then we'll try to wipe it up. I think we're good. I think we're good. So if we do that, and then we take some of this brake clean. You want to try to wipe just the surface. You don't want to push it into the name. You see what I mean? You want to just kind of get the surface. So I think I actually put a little bit too much, so we're not going to put any more. Just keep wiping it slowly until it just comes off and it looks good. But see how it just wiped in, it actually went inside. Let's see, yeah, it looks good. It looks pretty good. I think so. Let's see. Did I get the A? I may have wiped the A out a little bit. Let's put a little bit more. Or the R maybe. Let that dry just for a couple of seconds. I don't know why the last day or two I've had very bad allergies. Actually yesterday, oh man, my little niece had come over yesterday, and she has a kitty cat, or maybe two kitty cats, and I believe I'm allergic to kitty cats. So actually I know I'm allergic to kitty cats. But I think that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe not, but I'm not sure. But she brought over her new little baby. Actually, the baby's almost 2 years old, but hang on a second. What a beautiful little baby. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Look at that. Now we'll just wipe the, after it's completely dry, we'll wipe the rest of it up. Alright, so let's try to do the numbers now. Let's see. And the dots. Whatever, there's a name for, what are they? Indices? The indices, right? They call them indices. Little dots. I was trying not to get it into the very corner, but sometimes it's very difficult, especially when you're using a Q-tip. Let's fill it. The indices fill it pretty easily. Get in there, get in there. There's the number. I may need to get a little more out of the spray can. That's the 160. What is that one? That's a 140. 120. 100. 75, 65. We'll see if we got all the, you know, sometimes you got to do this a couple of times, you know, to get, it's hard to really see if you missed anything until you get it all cleaned up, and then of course you're going to wipe some of it out. So you may have to do it a couple of times. Like right here, I missed some right there. Did I get all the indices? See, I missed an indice right there. I didn't even see it. There's part of an indice that I missed right here. There you go. I think that's good. Alright, well, let's we'll go ahead and start to wipe that up and see what happens. I think there's plenty of stuff even on the paper, even just the way it is. I'll keep folding it. Of course, it just wants to keep redepositing what you take off, you know. Oh, look at that. It's brown coming off, and I'm sure that's just dirt or grime that's on the plastic or the Bakelite. Get up in the corners there. Come on. I don't know if there's some. It's coming out good. Let's see. To get into the edges there. I don't want to wipe what I put in. So if you push, you got to do a, you know, you got to kind of rub your finger against it gently, because if you don't, you push it into the embossment and it just wipes out the paint that you just put in there. We got a little scratch maybe right here. No, it's coming off. It's just in an odd place to get to it. Alright, let's see. Pretty good, huh? Looks pretty nice. Pretty good. I think that's probably okay. We got a little bit of like a white dusting on there, but I think let me grab a new paper towel. Well, I'll tell you one thing though. I'm in a closed room with heating, and man, this stuff here, this stuff, using in a ventilated area, I'll tell you what, and I'm not doing that right now, but I'm going to go open the door in a second. Even though it's cold outside, it's pretty miserable right now. That the smell is pretty strong. Even though I didn't spray that much, it's very, very strong. I think we're good for right now. I'm just going to leave. I'd sure like to just give it a little bit of a wipe around the... I'm going to wait for it to dry a little more. Let me see something here. I want to grab a little... Just this one in this corner right here is driving me crazy, that there's just a little bit of... There you go, it came off with the Q-tip. Okay. So that's a good way to get in the edges with the Q-tip. So what do you think, guys? Look at that. Pretty good. Looks nice. Now we got to see if we can actually fix the radio. I guess we're going to find out in a minute. Alright, let me clean up all the paint and the garbage here, and I'll be right back. So I actually took the antenna off and I cleaned up the chassis a little bit to get all the bugs and stuff out of it. I wiped off the tubes. I didn't want to wipe the any of the information off the tubes, but I don't know if it would or not, but it's okay. Anyway, I thought that was going to be a Lochtel tube, but it's not. But anyway, there you go for that. And now we could take a good look at this chassis here. It sure looks, somebody definitely had replaced this power cord at some point, but it was definitely done a long time ago. That is definitely an old plug. It feels like ceramic or whatever, but we'll leave that. I had removed the antenna. Actually, the wire, one of the wires had come off, and I believe it went here. I'll have to figure that out. But the other one I had just cut off. Because I wanted to take it and clean it, and it was just in the way. So, let's see. Actually, I guess what we could do, we could replace all these capacitors in here. There's not too many. What? There's only 4, 5. There's 5. Is that this is the electrolytic right here. I think there's 3 in that, 2 or 3. Usually there's 3, but so I guess we could do that. We didn't even try. Usually I at least try the radio to see if it does anything, but the speaker is pretty it's crunchy a little bit. I was hoping that whatever's in there just kind of falls out, but you know, you never know till you actually try it. But I think it's going to be a problem. I think the speaker is going to be a problem, and for me it's a problem because I don't have a supply of speakers to replace. So there was a crack in it right there, but that's not the problem. The voice coil is scratchy. I don't know if there's dirt in it or if the coil is actually coming off. Actually, is it open? Oh no, it's not. I thought that was the coil right there, but it's not. It's closed. Yeah, it's not going to be a way to really get in there. Maybe take the cap off and possibly try to blow it out, but we'll see. We'll know either way if it's working and if the speaker is a problem. Alright, so I'll go ahead, I'll grab, let's get a, what's that, is that a, yeah, that is a couplet, huh? Look at that. I don't have a schematic for this. I guess I could get one, but we're going to just try to change the electrolytics. There's not too many, and then we'll see where that brings us. So let me go ahead and grab some stuff, and I'll be right back. So the first thing we're going to do is change this lovely electrolytic right here. And it's, look at that, it's even got a crush in it from this thing, holding it in place. The red wire is a 50 microfarad at 150 volts. And the yellow wire is a 30 microfarad at 150 volts. It says W.V, and that actually means working volts. So you should know, really, when you're working on these old radios like this, that old capacitors like this, that have that WV nomenclature, it means working, it stands for working volts, but that only means that it's designed to operate at 150 volts. So it's possible that as the tubes are heating up, or as the filaments become more resistive, the voltages may change. So you always want to, at least my practice, if it's 150, I try to put at least a 200 volt, like this one is a 200. I did actually have a 50 microfarad. Usually it'd be putting in a 56, but I actually had some 50s. But I like to go a little bit higher if possible. You'd probably be okay either way. And the other one's a 33 that I'm going to replace the 30 with. It's going to be a 33 at 250. Anyway, the yellow wire, let's see, black we know is going to be common. And then the yellow wire, let's just get it, let's lop it out of there. Okay, the yellow is the 30, so let's see. That means that the red is going to be the 50, so let's see where it goes without popping any holes in that speaker. I hope that speaker is good. Well, this looks red. That one looks, you know, these don't have hardly any color any longer. That's definitely red. So we're going to we'll go ahead and put this one directly to the, let me grab some solder here. We'll put it directly to the terminal. Grab a roll of solder to hold that up to. We'll put it directly to that terminal since it's right there. Let's see, what's the best way we can do it? I guess we could wrap these negatives together. They have to go together anyway. But I was wondering, like, where does the other one go? This is going to go as well. I like to try to keep the lead dress the same. So we got the yellow one. Okay, it's back here. Let's pull it out of there first. You know, it comes through the bottom, but it's this one, right? This is the yellow right here. It's going to go right there. I think I'm going to try. I like to get that power plug out of the way. This power plug seems like it's okay. So I guess we'll just leave that power plug. So if we get this one, I guess we could put some heat shrink tubing over it. We'll have it ready to go here. Get some heat shrink tubing ready to go. And so it doesn't touch anything else. Let's see. So this is going to go right in here. See if we can get this in there. Goes to that wire right there. It's so difficult when you have things, especially when you're trying to keep your fingers away from the camera. You know, it makes it more difficult. Let's see if we can use this smaller roll of solder to hold it up. Nope, it needs to be a little bit higher. How about this roll right here? Kind of. We need to get in here. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Can you see in there? I don't know if you can or not. Let's see. We can get in here. Put the soldering iron, heat up all the way. See if I can get that soldered in there. probably be better off to add some extra solder to it. I'm going to try so hard to keep my hands out of the way. Come on. All right. Now I see, you know, why that guy, glass slinger, he always uses a soldering gun, and he doesn't use soldering irons on these radios. And this is definitely why, because it's really a pain. It really is a pain. Anyway, let's just try to get that soldered in there. I went to hang on one second here, let's go. Recently I went to another estate sale and I was able to buy a bunch of soldering guns that they had. Let's just leave that one in here. I can just do that, and then I can get the other one on there. So we'll try that. I guess maybe I wish I would have thought of it before. I would have had it ready to go. But on the next one, we'll go ahead and try to use a soldering gun. I've had some anyway, but now I have some more. Alright, let's see. So the 50 is going to go right there. Oh, come on. It wasn't even going anywhere. We've got to get those other wires out of there. That's going to come off anyway. Heating it up like that, I was able to push the wire through the hole in the tube socket connector. All right, so now we can lop. I guess I could leave it on there for right now. Oh look, I left even though I cleaned this out, I left a little, whatever that is. It's some kind of a bug, some kind of a disgusting bug. Some kind of a disgusting bug. Alright, let's see. Maybe we can go back to this way now. We're going to change this one out. I hadn't decided how I want to dress this yet. I think what I was thinking about was putting that in here and then getting the negatives. But I got to get this one out of here first. Once I get this one changed, it'll be easier. This is a 0.1 at 400. Yeah, it's a you know, I hate when, if it's a 1 or a 5, I don't know. And I'm not, you know, a lot of times I'll try to scratch it off, but then it just winds up taking the number off with it. You know, I don't know if that's an 05 or I think it's an 05. Maybe we can shoot it with a little bit of heat. Let me see, I think I have one of those little torch things here. We could shoot a little bit of heat on that and get some smooth wax on there maybe. Now it looks more like an 05. We think so? I think it says 0.05. So I think we're going to probably use a 0.047 because I think that's the closest in modern terms. Let's see. 0.047. 0.047. Do I have any? Let's check through all these boxes here. I should have had all these ready, but it was at 400 volts, right? So it would be a 4, 047 would be a 473. Yeah, 473. Okay, so let's see, what is that one? That's a 104, that ain't gonna work. What is this one? Let's see, what are you? That is a, nope, that's a 333. What are you? What's going on here? Three, 333, that ain't gonna work. One 154 ain't gonna work. Gotta be, what's this one here? I thought I had these in order, but I guess not. No, that's a 333. 333. Let me see if I have another kit. Hold on a minute. .047 or 473. Here you go, there's one right there. I'm sure we're going to probably use more than just one, because that's a pretty common one, these .05 or .047. Alright. I need to get like a something where we can attach the chassis to, so it would be a lot easier to work on. I need to do that. Let's just get that out. Let's lop it out. I like the word lop. I'm gonna lop it out of there. Let's lop it out of there. Alright, you can get up here for right now. I guess we could change that little piece of whatever that may be. Because, well, this is obviously a lot smaller than the original one, so let's see if we'll make a little curl here. A little J. And we're just going to attach it right through a J hook. I don't think, well, it may fit across, but I gotta still get that other, that's got to go across too, so well, that'll work actually, and that should be okay. Let's do it. We'll lop that one off. We'll just put it directly to here. Get a little more solder on there. Yeah, you definitely got to get some heat on there for it to, you know, for it to start going. I know my hand's in the way, I know. But, alright, that one's on there, so now we can get this off. Get off there without cutting anything out. Look, it's amazing. Alright. My hands aren't as steady as they used to be. In the old days I could actually hold something steady for a period of time, but no more. I will do the same thing on that side. Get it. We'll get a lump of solder on there. Get that terminal about 600-800 degrees. There you go. And push the wire through the hole. There you go. Ow, 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 it's getting hot, it's getting hot. Cool down. Oh, shoot, I pulled it off. Because you got to get it so hot. It was in the hole too. Make sure, yeah, there you go, that's good. That's good, that'll work. That'll work. Now we could lop this off without cutting off a accidentally cutting another wire. That would be a problem. This has got to come off too. This it'll probably just work its way off. I'll probably bend it a few more times. It'll just come off anyway. It'll fatigue itself off. Without, I don't want to ruin the socket, the tube socket. I mean, I could feel it's loose. It's amazing if you don't want it to come off. It'll come right off. But like right now, I want it to come off and it just won't. Absolutely crazy, but that's what it is. Alright. I wasn't going to remove that clip, but I mean, there's so much room under here anyway, but I just wanted to have something that we could attach this to. But I may be able to just attach it on this side, put a maybe a what do you call it, so I know it's going to wind up popping through that speaker. I just know it. But this is what I mean. I don't have anything good to, like, the good enough angle. Let me make the camera a little bit lower. Let me do that. And then maybe if we do that, alright, let's see. I won't have to have that angle anymore. Let's see. There you go. Maybe that's better. Because that should be fine. Alright, that's fine. So, yeah, that should work. I know this is fun watching me solder, what do you call it, wires on a capacitor. Let me straighten that one out. I want to put a thing on that one too. Let's see. There you go. Then we're going to take a larger one. Let's take the larger one right here. We'll lop that one in half. Is it going to fit on there? No, we'll have to. Should have did it first. This way I could pull it back over and we can cover the connection. It's probably not going to matter anyway, but it probably isn't going to matter because we have to get the black wire's got to go on there too. Alright, get out of here. Get out of here. Alright, we got one more wire. Where's that black wire? It's right here. I guess I could just, where's that go? It goes right here. I could just get it down to the, I could do that. Yeah, maybe we'll just do that. Let's get that back in there. Let me, see if we can get it tight enough where they won't come apart. And we could just, oh, no, I didn't do it yet. Not yet. But it's coming. You'll see. I'll be popping a hole in that speaker. Let's cut this off. And then we'll just solder it right here, because that's where it goes. That's where it goes, right here. It's a good place. We'll just put like lots and lots of solder on there. I think my this one, did this one come off? It sure did. You just got to get that, hold it in there for a second. I know my hand's in the way, but all right. So there you go. Now they're all soldered up and where we need them. And I need to let's see. I guess it really, this one, it just doesn't really matter. It can just stay anywhere. I'll just keep it a little bit away from the tubes, just so they don't get heat soaked. So that's those three. Now I guess we could do this one right here. What are you? Let's see. Is this another one of those? We're not going to be able to. It's a 0.1 at 200. Alright, hang on a second. Let's get a 0.1. A 0.1. A 0.1. A 0.1 is, let's see. 0.1. 0.1 is probably the most common value. So we got like thousands of 0.1s. These, you know, I don't know. Some people complain that these cheap capacitors that they're no good. Don't use them. But you know what? They're fine. Especially, you know, you're rebuilding a 60-year-old radio, or whatever. What are you going to do with the radio? Unless you're going to use it. Unless you plan on using it for like an everyday radio. I mean, I guess you could spend money on you could spend some good money on quality caps, but otherwise, I don't know. I don't think it really matters. But for this purpose, you know, we're just gonna make it work. That's all we're gonna do. We're just gonna make it work. That's all we want to do. And it's definitely gonna work good enough. I wish there was a... Alright, let's solder that one up first. Without touching that coil. If we touch that coil, game over. The trash is awaiting. We touch that coil. Game over. Alright, let's get the other side here. Oh, look, we got some wax stuck to the pliers. You know, these radios, it's amazing that they're all the same. If you worked on one of these, they're all the same. There's very few differences between these and, let's bend that around just so it's a little closer. These 5-tube radios are all the same. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oops, I guess it's okay like that. Little pieces of wax and stuff falling. Alright, so the next one, I guess this one all the way in the back is probably, yeah, this one is the, let's see, what does this do? It's right to the volume control. Wax molded paper. Yeah, I guess, what value is it? It's a 0.01. It's a 0.01. It's a point. Let's just change them all. But that one's probably okay, but alright. It's a 0.01. 0.01. It's a 103, so let's see, 103. Here's a 0.01 right here. The .01. The .01. It goes to this board right here. Let's get it off there. Something tells me that cap is still good. I'm just gonna try to unsolder it, but nah. Never mind that. Let's just get it. There's plenty of room on here anyway to bend it over, so we don't really have to worry too much about that one. That's an easy one. Very interesting smells are coming off this thing as the soldering iron burns whatever the hell's on these. I don't know what it is. Don't know what it is. Oh no, it's a song, isn't it? Alright, let's see. Get that. I guess we can make that one shorter. Let's do that. Let's make this one as short as possible. That should be alright. Alright, we can just pull it up here. Get you back here. Can you still see what I'm doing? Yeah, you can. Stop that smoke. Of course, I moved it, so I don't know if it's going to be cold, so we're going to just put a little more, hold it. Boy, that's a beautiful capacitor. Look at that. Look at that. She's so handsome. Alright, so what do we got? What's this last value besides the cupola? I guess we can see what's in there. There could be... we'll leave that alone for now. There's a .02. Yeah, .02 at 400 volts. It's a .02. Let's see. .02. .02. Do we have a .02? We should. Well, we have a .022, which is probably the closest that I'm gonna. I have some old. I have some old caps that have those odd values, but I don't know. Yeah, you always gotta test them first to make sure they're good before you use them. I'm just going to use one of these garbage ones. They're fine. The garbage ones are fine. At least it's not from the crap cap drawer. The crap cap. Let's see. Let's cut this one off right here. Let's cut it off enough we can just, if we have to J-hook it, we can. The crap cap, we should probably be able to just get that right in there, actually. Yeah, we should be able to just get that one right in there. Let's see, we only got this. This is it, and we can put the antenna back on and see if it works. I think that's what I'll do. I'll just try to heat up the solder on this thing here. Actually, there's a hole right in there. Look at that. I'll just go ahead and get it through the hole. It should be okay. Let's see. Let's see if we can do this Can we get it in there? Did it solder? I don't know. I still see a little light there. I like to be able to get it on the other side, but yeah, I think so. I think it's good. I think it's good. Let's see. Oh, it's still hot. Jeez. I thought I was just going to pull on it to see. But it's still hot. Wow. Well, we still got to solder it. That should be good. It looks like it's covered now. Let that cool down a second before I move it. Oh, look, see that? I touch it with my fingernail and the solder is still molten. Shows you how much these things hold the heat. And this is the other side right here. I'm gonna try to just solder and push it through. Heat up the terminal and push it through. Let's get some solder on the thing here. Let's just try to push it through somewhere. Come on. There you go. Nope. It just holds the heat, so you just don't have patience. I pulled it too quickly and it comes right off. Alright, I think that's good. Let's see. Until, yeah, there you go. It's good. Bend it down just a tad. I think that's it. That's all of the crap caps. Hopefully that's not actually a paper right there, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Alright. So, the antenna, alright. Let's see. Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything else here. No, I didn't. So stay there right there. The one side of the antenna has to go back to right here. So, hold on. I gotta look closely at it. I'll be back in a second. I forgot to turn the camera back on, but I didn't do anything. I just soldered the one antenna wire back to right here, and I believe the other, because I didn't, I believe it broke off right here. This goes right there. I'm pretty sure I could see a little gold wire sticking up right there. See if we can solder. We can re-tin this or not, I don't know. Yeah, it did re-tin, so let's try it. Just shove it in there. Get it molten and shove it on in. There you go. Alright. Well, let's put let's put the tubes back in. I like to say tube. Let's get those tubes. Where are them tubes? Give me them tubes. Alright, what do we got here? We've got a 12AS7. The 12AS7 goes right here. Into that socket right there. What do we got here? We got a 50L6. Goes right here in this lovely socket right here. We'll 50L6 it. What are you? You're a 35Z5. They're all always the same. It goes right in here. Got to be careful with tubes. I don't, like a lot of guys that work on this stuff, they got endless supply of tubes. I have an endless supply of nothing. 12SQ7. I think I have about 20 tubes that I had bought from a swap meet. 12SK7. That looks like that's what you are. This guy says it on the top. 12SK7. That's her. Alright. Well, you know, I did something dumb actually. I wasn't paying attention and one of these caps went across the line, but I don't think it did. Actually, well, Darnola, you know what? I believe this cap right here goes across the line. We like to use the caps that are rated for that, the X2. Damn it! Damn it! Wasn't paying attention. I'm reasonably sure that it goes across the line. I guess, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to really use this radio anyway, but let's double check it anyway. Let's just give it a test. So, yeah, we got one. This one's going to be ground, I'm sure of it. It sure is. It sure is. So that means we'll check across the plug here, right? Okay, that one's ground, so that means this one is going to be right here. Is that right? Yeah, see, that is across the line. I made a mistake. You should always, it's good practice to use what do you call it? These X2 type caps. What is that? And I don't remember what it was. I don't remember, but yeah, I should have 0.047. I think I have. I'm sure I do. I guess we could just change it out. Let's see. 0.047. What is the number on there again? It's let's see. 0.047 would be. It's a 473, right? 473. There's a 474. There's a 473 right here. Yeah, so safety caps, they don't short, I guess. So there's no chance of that explosion that happens. So this is the cap you want to use instead of this. So let's get that out of there. Let's get that out of there. Let's undo our mistake. I don't know why I even thought at the last minute I thought of doing that, but I think we just kind of I'm trying to do it when my hand's not in the way, and it's virtually impossible. No, okay, it came off anyway. All right. Let's get another one of these. Yeah. I wasn't paying attention, but that's all right. That's all right. Let's see, how are we going to get that? Let's see if we can do the same thing. We'll just kind of once I get it in, I'll resolder it a little bit, add a little extra solder to it. And this is going to be the trouble one because it's got more than one connected to it. Alright, hang on a second. You get it a little bit long, All right. Just going to heat it up and push it on through. Okay. That looks better, doesn't it? That look much better. Nice yellow capacitor on there. That's good. It's good. Nice and solid. Alright. Now we can actually try it, and instead of using that, use the right cap on there. At least I know if someone else gets this radio and doesn't want to make any changes to it, it doesn't knock the way I repaired it. Because you never know. I always know. I like I watch other people, and you know, Mark. I mean, I don't want to say names, but there are people. They are experts in what they do, but they always like to knock what other people have done in the past. And you know, I don't know. Sometimes you look at other people's work. I mean, you never know. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's see, we're going to plug it in now. Actually, let's plug it into this. Let's just see, I want to see if it's going to draw excessive current or not. Alright, let's see. You ready? Is it on? Oh, that switch is tight. Jeez, it's lighting up. You got to spray something in there. It is tight. We may have a problem here, but this, it can't even turn it. What can we spray in there? Let's spray a little of this stuff. Is that thing sealed? I think it's sealed. I guess we could spray it into the front a little bit. Well, it definitely loosened it up, but it didn't get inside where the... These are all these are sealed. We got a touching plate here. Something's touching. You got to untouch it, whatever it is. I see there's a lot of dirt in there too. Bad controls. I hope that volume control is not bad. That's another thing that I really don't have much of, is volume control. So this one here looks, although this is an adjustable one, the very end one, but it looks excessively close. It showed that was part of it. This is so dirty in here. I wonder if there's a way I can, let me turn that off a second. There's a way I can get into that volume control to get some cleaner in there, because that's no good. If we can get cleaner in there, it may fix it, but if it's sealed, let's see if this is too small. Come on. You know what? We need a larger one. Alright. We got a larger one in here. You could pull this down. Maybe some part of it is open where I can get some spray in there, but of course it wouldn't be that way. This is definitely completely sealed. Maybe we could drill a little hole in it somehow. Yeah, it looks sealed. Maybe I can get a little hole. I don't know what that's made out of. If it's plastic or also made out of Bakelite. It probably is. And it'll never drill a... Well, we could drill a hole and it just wouldn't be easy. A lot of times the switch is bad, but the volume pod is good, but not this time. Maybe I'll wind up touching too much and then it's going to just fall apart. You know what? Hang on a second and I'm going to try to see if I can get a little hole in that. Alright, so we got a little Dremel. We're going to try to just drill a little hole like right back in here. And of course there's something back in there. So that didn't work. I don't know if there's something metal in there or... Oh no, that's the wiper. I could see it moving in there. Okay, that should work. Lucky I didn't push. But I could actually see it moving in there now. I hope this wasn't a thing that had the thing on the, on the outside, but if I ruined it, it was no good anyway. If I ruined it, well, this is pretty much a standard type, so it shouldn't be too difficult to get another one. I wouldn't think it's a wire wound. I would doubt that, but who knows? Let me wipe this up here. Who knows? Who knows? I've done this before and it's worked, but sometimes these pots, the resistive surface is it's not flat, it's on the outer edge. I didn't think about that before I started drilling it, but what's the difference? Let's see if I ruined it completely. We're going to find out in a minute. I'll just go ahead and turn it back on. We'll know in a minute. We got tubes. Let's see how they're lighting up. Nope, we didn't ruin it. And it works good now. Gotta turn some of these lights off.
Start the year strong with some Shutters. Their New Year sale is happening now, and you up to $500 on custom shutters.
See, it worked. So, I bought these little tiny, they're very inexpensive. You can get them on Amazon, I think. They're pretty cheap. You need to buy a lot of them because they snap they're very hard steel and they snap very easily. But they're good for that purpose anyway. Alright, so let's get this Dremel out of here. And let's play with the radio for a second and see what happens. Alright, let's see. I don't know. We got a loose connection somewhere. Unless it's this. It could be the tuner. I think it is, because see that? So it's got a touching plate still. If I could touch it with this, maybe. So let's see. I mean, this one here looks. It only. Let's see. Let's check the bottom here for loose connections. You want to be careful with these, especially when they're, because these are hot. You touch the wrong thing and you'll be sorry. That won't kill you probably, but it did. You know, it could. Make sure I didn't, nothing shorting on that volume control because I was bending the wires.
Check it out. Truck, the letter U, LV.com. Truck U.
Of the unbeaten,
It's not a tube.
another NFL job opens up. Mike Tomlin steps down in Pittsburgh.
That's one small step for man, one great for mankind.
If you're not familiar with the voice,
Something's.
in upstate New York, no.
Yeah, there's something going on there. Is it something I soldered? Could it be that?
They embarked upon their fourth head coaching search since 1969. This is something that the Steelers are not used to doing. Their last couple of hires have been out of the box, unorthodox hires. Bill Cowher at the time, when he was an assistant coach in Kansas City, people knew it. And when they hired
I hate problems like this.
2007, we were still 5 years ago.
I hate problems like this because they're very difficult to see. The tuning, the old banana splicer has got some dirt in there, and I'd like to, without bending it, I'd like to see if I can get it all out of there.
Currently has head coach
That's so weird because when I touch this, but this is not even connected to anything. It doesn't even make sense.
that they were preparing to do today.
It is in the same time that the Steelers have had 3 head coaches. The guys at PGI.
Hold what is your reaction to Mike Tomlin stepping down?
It's definitely in that.
The immediacy of it is, coming less than.
It's definitely in that. Could it be the ground on there maybe? I don't know. It's pretty dirty. I hate spraying stuff in the old banana slicer, but where's my what happened to it? I guess we could spray some of this brake clean stuff in there and see if it'll clear it up. We know that stuff dries clear. Oh yeah, it's actually taking the dirt off, so that's probably not bad. You just got to get it. It's got to be dry though, and this dries clear, so it's not going to leave any residue. And we can put a little bit of oil on there or something afterwards. Let it drip out of there. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. We're going to find out. You never want to try to adjust the IF or anything when you spray something. If you spray in anything into the tuning cap, because it changes the value. It's got to be completely dry. And it should be clean. I wish I can get this better in the end there. It cleaned it up pretty good, it looks like. That smell already was suffocating earlier from it. Yeah, I think that was it. It's got to dry out though, but let it dry out a few minutes. Alright, I'm going to pause for a minute and let this dry up, and then I'll come back when it's dry. Alright, so we're back. It seems to be working. We're going to try to touch up the IF a little bit. So we're going to use this signal generator. All we're going to do is we have this little antenna. We just stick it right here, right next to the AM antenna. Just let it sit right there, and then we'll set it to. I mean, most radios are 455 kilohertz, so that's what we're going to set it to, 455 kilohertz. Make sure that we have the RF on. Okay, I can hear that the modulation is on, but AM modulation 30% is fine. Now we need a stick to do tuning, which I don't have offhand. So I'm gonna have to go and grab one here. Let's put you back in here. Let's grab one of these. Let's see. It's probably a standard size. Let's see if this long one will do it. Yep. So it was a little bit off. Oh, by the way, you want to tune the tuner, because you'll get, it's the IF carrier, so you're going to hear it throughout the entire the tuning. But you want to get it to where there's no channel or low signal, and then you just want to tune your IFs until you get. You could put a scope on it too, but just tune it till you hear the loudest. You know, till you pinpoint the adjustment where you hear the loudest tone, and that's all you need to do. This one was okay. That one was okay. Okay. So there you go. It was a little off. One of them was a little off. Let me put this on the side. I'll put it away later. Let's turn modulation and everything off there. Let's see if it sounds any better.
It's funny that when people do it, they lose weight and they actually.
And $14 million over the next 2 years, and the reality.
1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877.
We don't get good reception in here for some reason on AM. It's probably because of the LED lights we got in here, but.
On behalf of Blue Hill Casino in here, Ranger Tech.
I know that it is crazy to say, and I do not mean.
I guess we could. I don't know that this is off, but it could be. So let's do. Hang on, let's.
sense that that's what he's going to want at this particular time. It sounds like he's going to want some time.
Interesting that these are just tight.
19-year run that included a Super Bowl title in Pittsburgh, and he'll have time to
That was a
think
little
about
bit off.
what he wants to do next and with the rest of it.
Adam Shepard, my Tom with Team Hates Attack for Anna's future. I heard what Shepard said.
Much better.
Fire Sabres game. Francisco, Seattle. This is
All right. Let's go ahead and let's put this back in the case and see what it looks like with the new with the new, whatever you want. What do you want to call? What do you call that? The characters on the front of the cabinet here. I think it looks pretty good, actually. I think it looks pretty good. There's only two. Oh, you know, I got to take the back cover back off because the screws actually go behind the back cover. So that's got to come back off. So I need my 1/4 inch. Where's that 1/4 inch? It's funny that I don't move. I move about 2 inches from this spot and I lose everything. It's very aggravating, actually. But luckily, I have about 50 1/4 inch nut drivers, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, we're back. Let's go ahead and we'll get those 2 screws back in here. There were 2 common head screws that went in there. I think hopefully the tuning is okay. I guess we're going to find out in a minute. If it needs to be adjusted, we'll take it back out. But if not, it'll be done. Let's see. Here's the knobs, and here's the little screws that go in here. Let's see. Here's one goes right here. Get in there. Common head screws. I mean, I don't even use them anymore, really. But they're always such a pain to get started. Of course, this isn't really the right screwdriver, but that's good. It's in. As long as it's in, it doesn't matter. Alright. I think this had to go through right here. And then I can put these 2 screws back. Let's see, there's the holes right there. Alright. Look at that. The radio looks pretty good now, I think. I think it looks pretty good. I don't think these knobs have any pointers on them, so I don't think it really matters which way they go on. At least these don't. Let's see. This one obviously does. Turn it all the way to the end. I think you can just kind of spin it on there anyway. Yeah, that's good. Alright, let's see how she works. Looks pretty good, I think. Especially since it was only a $5 radio that I got at an estate sale. I like the small ones. You know, these. I have a couple of radios that are very big, but they're just hard to store. Very hard to store.
just tonight. 6.
You know, and then the food pyramid on top of that. So now, thankfully, we've reversed the food. I want to look at it.
And so when friends or my cousin members to give me advice. Like, go.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so much noise in here. Maybe this light here, maybe. No.
A $500 check signed by both Apple co-founders Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak.
Allow you kind of lazy witchcraft because
Maybe it's the overhead light. Let's try to shut that off and see. Nope. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's definitely here.
We started doing all this, you know, drink more home.
Please check the swivel off the clock.
Cruiser lane 3.5 on the road, happy.
That sounds like DX right there. This is not a very powerful radio. It doesn't really pull in those stations, but it sure sounds like it.
48 seconds to go. And the Nuggets are going to come to Nolan and win one in the...
Holocaust topic is because of drug sales with statins. You know, they don't care that much about
Anyway,
ferritin and.
that's it for the Admiral. What was the model number? It was a, I rubbed it off even worse. I don't know, 5r12-N or something like that. I can't see it. I rubbed it off even more. I said it at the beginning of the video anyway.
Health Secretary Robert.
Anyway, I think it looks pretty good. And that'll be that for this one. The next one I think I'm going to do, I have an old, another old Zenith that is an odd-looking radio. That's why I pulled it out of the pile, because it's an odd-looking radio. So I guess we'll do that one next. Anyway, thanks for hanging with me while we got this Admiral going. And we'll see you on the next one. Everybody, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Thank you, and bye-bye.